And I think what has certainly been one of the key things is in the 4+ years since we've launched AirAsia, the world has just been absolutely crazy, right? It's been completely unpredictable. When we launched, we were fortunate, frankly, because in 2007, markets were up. There was a lot of very investor interest. But soon after that, the credit crunch, Lehman Brothers, oil price spiked, and that roller coaster never stopped in 2009, 2010, 2011. One of the things we've learned is, number one, you can't predict anymore, right? The original business plan for AirAsia X looks completely different from the versions today. In fact, I don't even bother looking at business plans. I don't even bother writing a business plans. Throw that out because really, no one today can predict what's going to happen 3 years from now, 5 years from now. So why do we go through this ritual of trying to plan something, frankly, that is going to change completely? Even for that matter, I think, the 12-month budget is a completely obsolete exercise. We get very, involved in it because somehow it gives us this sense of security. Yes, this is how the business is going to be run. But actually, there's a real danger to that because suddenly you believe that's the way things are going to fall. That's the way exchange rates are going to behave. That's the way commodity prices are going to behave. That's the way GDP is going to behave. And that's not going to be true. Can you imagine if power plants ran their power plants for only 50%? Or ships were only being used 50%? Or server capacities, data warehouses are only being run 50%. Insane. But guess what? Airlines, especially long-haul airlines, run the most expensive asset, which is the aeroplanes, at only 50% utilization. You can Google right now, Cathay Pacific annual report, asset utilization, 12 hours a day. Why? Why are they running these assets structurally only 12 hours a day? And it all has to do with the fact that they've built an entire industry to serve the premium passenger, the first class, business class passenger, because that's their DNA. When airlines started, 40, 50, 60 years ago, right? International air travel was the glamorous experience, right? You put on your suit and tie, your Sunday best, you get on the plane, fine dining, white linen, silverware. It was a glamorous experience, and it was all first class, business class. And then later, they sort of added the economy seats. Right. And those first class and business class customers, by the way, is so important. Just to give you a flavor, Singapore Airlines, right? About 17% of their seats are first class and business class seats. They make 40% of their revenue from those seats. Right? So it's a huge chunk of their business. And they're very careful because they're serving these passengers. These passengers are very time sensitive, price insensitive. Right? And so they've built an entire industry to meet the requirements of these passengers. The key point is basically you've just got to keep trying and trying because it's not the plan, it's not the strategy. What really makes a difference is how you execute it every day. And I think two things I wanted to share with you in this respect. First, we are paranoid, right? Because we know if you think about it, our trade secret, our unique competitive advantage is so easy to copy. You want to know how we get 17 hours a day? You look at our flight schedules. You want to know how many seats we have on a plane? You go on our seat map and there it is, right? In fact, I've even told you how we can save money on fuel, no star newspapers, what have you. Anybody can replicate that. In fact, if you think about it, in the airline industry, if the strategy really mattered, the number of airlines in Europe who tried to do exactly what Ryanair does and have largely failed. Airlines in the US, copied exactly what Southwest does and thinking we can do it even better, failed. Because it's not about the business model. It's how you execute it every day.